Hello, hello, hello. This is the Meta Man with a completely different show for you today. As you can see, I'm interviewing someone, my very first interview of the entire Meta Man series. And who am I interviewing? Well, firstly, Sarah, who advised me to do a video on HNT Helium, which I did just recently. And if you want to see it, go right there and learn about the fundamentals and the technicals of helium and its price prediction. Well, if I've already done the technicals and the fundamentals, what the heck is there left? And the answer is the practicals. And to do that, we've invited Sarah's husband, Charlie, who is the handyman around the home and also the technical guy. So if he knows everything, why is Sarah here? Because she's so beautiful and she's the one that started the whole helium thing. And so we have both on the air at the same time. So helium, if you'll remember, is an amazing coin that decentralizes Wi-Fi so that instead of sucking bandwidth off a tower and paying for it, you actually decentralize. And well, actually, why am I telling you? You tell me. Tell me what you know about helium and about your implementation of it. You actually put it up. You actually are using it. So tell me all about it.
I'll start this conversation, okay? The first step is explaining to your husband that helium is not a gas,
okay,
that it is something else that we're dealing with, okay?
Okay.
So once he got that, he implemented right away.
Yeah, she told me, oh, what we need to be mining helium. I said, how do you mine a gas? She said, oh, no, it's an altcoin, helium. So we researched it. And as you've explained in your video, helium is basically going to be called the People's Network, where we have coverage for decentralized internet service for RFID devices.
And where does the internet come from? If it doesn't come from a tower, where does it come from?
It comes from these little units, which we have. We've gotten 12 of them, and we got them placed to people's homes because you want them every 1,000 feet. That's the technical part, every 1,000 feet. And for proof of coverage, you know, typically Bitcoin, you got to have proof of stake or proof of work for Ethereum, those two different types. But this is proof of coverage. And then in the future, you're going to get rewarded for proof of coverage.
So you actually earn helium coins by using the system. So you make money instead of paying money. So is there no monthly fee at all? How does it work?
The way it works is everything's, of course, like real estate based on location. So as your device with your antenna communicates to other devices in the area, you get a certain percentage of the rewards. And basically, if there's nobody around, like out here in our little place here, there's hardly
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. There's hardly anybody around. So, but back at our main house, back in town, we're getting a certain amount every day. So we've actually mined about 5 coins so far. The helium miner initially with the business plan was that you secure your location and then see if it's available within, you know, nobody's around 1,000 feet of you, and then you get a device.
So some locations are not available anymore.
Like downtown San Diego or downtown San Francisco.
So there's a map on the internet where you can, I guess, put in your location and see if it's available that you could earn.
If there's already sufficient coverage, then it doesn't need you.
Correct.
If I'm in an area where they need me, in other words, there isn't another location within 1,000 feet, then I buy a unit. So number one, how much does it cost? And then how do I install it?
Number one, the cost is 2 different. You can get it on the internet, and sometimes it's like a 3 to 6 month wait because of the supply chain issue. Or there's a company called iHub Global where you can subscribe for 3 years at $18 a month, and then the unit's yours. But of course, they take a percentage of your mining, or you could just buy it straight out, 500 from the company.
And the technical part, there's so many different antennas, right? They say, oh, it's easy. Well, the first one we installed wasn't doing that well. And so depending on the type of antenna you have and its location and the terrain around you, you may earn different coin amounts.
I see. Okay. So I got the idea that the centralized Wi-Fi is there's towers that are owned by a company and you have to pay that company in order to use the service. And when you use the service, you actually deteriorate it because you use up bandwidth. And eventually, if there's enough offices or homes in the area, they need a new tower. But this is the exact reverse. In this one, you actually earn not money, but you earn coins, which are valuable and you can actually sell them. You earn coins as if you're mining them. And the system communicates with its neighbors. So that if there's enough neighbors around you, that creates the coverage. So the users create the coverage instead of a company creating cell towers. Is that correct?
That's right.
Yes, that's correct.
And the cost to run the unit is about 5 watts a day, which is less than a light bulb. But you do have to have internet coverage to update the blockchain.
Tell me what that means.
Well, how does mining work? Well, you connect to a unit, and every so often, like with blockchain, every 10 minutes they download a new blockchain to be distributed. Same thing with this. You have to connect to the internet to keep the blockchain of HNT going.
So you have to have a normal Wi-Fi anyways?
Yes.
Well, that ruins the whole idea. I don't get it.
Well, the getting of it is that you mine the helium, HNT, but you do need an internet service to download the blockchain because the blockchain is on the internet. So you can't just not have an internet.
Okay.
But the bandwidth is not that much of your internet service, but you do need the cost of an internet.
So I have an internet service at my home, of course. I'm going to have to keep that.
Yes.
And then on top of that, I have to get the HNT service. And the benefit of that is that I mine HNT coins. But don't I actually get an internet service? Aren't I connected to the internet through Helium?
That hasn't occurred yet. That might be a future plan. They haven't really got the scope of work or the use case yet of a third party. But although I heard in the news recently something about Dish or somebody was wanting to start.
That was him, the MetaMan.
That was the MetaMan, yeah.
You may know more about this than we do.
The plan is to get coverage, like cover the world with these devices, and then sell them to somebody that wants to provide internet this way versus the other way.
But I don't get it. If you need the regular internet, then the only benefit of Helium is mining it, but it has to do something. I thought it provided internet service.
No, what it does provide is, these little RFID devices that are going to be coming out everywhere, like your groceries. You just walk the wagon, the shopping cart through the thing, and it reads all your device. So RFID is the big use case for this.
And it needs to have worldwide coverage to do that, or at least coverage in a city.
Yeah, it needs the coverage. The proof of coverage is the main thing. And then as these RFID devices become available, or whatever the use case is of the business that wants to use this network, just like Sprint is a network, people pay to use Sprint. So there's going to be a third party company that's going to be providing the service. And they haven't figured out how an individual miner is going to benefit from, say, Sprint using these RFID devices. The RFID device company probably hasn't even been created yet.
Well, it's based on the sales, right? Whatever sales come about because of this network, right?
So you need your normal Wi-Fi, either satellite-based or cell tower-based, and then you install Helium. And once they have coverage, either in a city or a whole country, then other uses can come about, like the scanning of groceries, so that you can just walk out of a store and be automatically paid.
Right, and they may add an internet portion to this proof of coverage. Right now that's not in the plans, but at some point maybe the coverage will include internet, then you wouldn't need another internet service provider.
Well, we'll look forward to that day.
Yeah.
I think we could research that a little bit more to keep on top of it too.
Now, I remember a funny story, Charlie, that long ago, you invested $20 in Bitcoin and sold it at 25 and made a fortune, at least in percentage terms.
That is like 25%. Yeah, like in a week. That was back in 2016 when everybody's talking around the Thanksgiving deal. I said, but even worse than that, back in 09, because I was a geekosaurus, I said, I should just use my computer and allow people to mine things on my computer because I had a spare computer, but I never implemented that back in 09.
You could have made another $5.
Like renting your computer, like renting his computer. That's what he's talking about. But that's okay. He's short term, and we're being mentored by you. So we've got some other insider information that's helped his mindset understand more long-term investing.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I really appreciate your coming on the air with me, and I learned an awful lot. I'm a bit embarrassed, actually. I'm supposed to be the guy teaching, but I was definitely the guy learning in this particular show. So thank you, and thank you for being a loyal subscriber to the MetaMan, and I hope you enjoy all the issues that I send out.
Yes, we do.
Thank you for all your time and effort in being the MetaMan.
And may 2022 be very different from 2021, please. Please click on Meta in order to subscribe to my channel. And please click on this video, which is my most recent video, my previous one. And please click on that video, which Google and YouTube think is the most appropriate if you enjoyed this video.